How much do you want to bet that we're going to get on Karada's nerves by pulling all these off? Always cussing him out. Always getting ahead. Putting him down at every turn. Hello, people. This is your King Willick speaking, and we are off to a new start. And this guy can't get enough of these red ones. What was this one called again? Dark Tower Research Result. And if you haven't noticed, there is a dark tower on this map, and it's right over here. You want to know something weird about it? Check it out. You can't digivolve next to a legitimate dark tower. This ain't Ken's. How can I tell? Because we can still digivolve. And I'm going to point something out. If he reminds me when we get to Silent Forest in File Island, that there's going to be a few changes in this regard, because there's a dark tower that helps fulfill attributes. Sorry if I keep stopping, I'm really itchy because these bug bites. In regards to dark towers, because normally in the function of dark towers, before the eggs came out, these were programmed into the game, and before they even came out, the eggs, we were able to digivolve around this period because of that very reason. And on the statement that we're dealing with right now, we have to have eggs in Dark Tower, since Dark Tower itself was reprogrammed. And being that the event of the eggs came out, so did the Chimeramon. And we could not enter that dungeon until that period of time. So, on the release of the eggs, Ken showed his face, and no longer is he an additional part of the story. He is now the main part of the story. Okay, there is no additions about it anymore. He's become this antagonist into this game now, that the 5th gen actually met 2nd generation of Tamers, and he is of the 2nd generation. And I'm glad to be playing this now because number 5 is my number, as some of you already know. I'm playing as Marcus Damon because he fits my attitude very well, and being that he has an Agumon that could stand out from the 1st generation to begin with, I figured it was the best feature to have to start out with this story. Now, some of you may disagree and wonder what I'm talking about. Well, it's not that hard to understand. Agumon is the key character in Digimon of the entire series, rather if it's from 2nd generation, well, 1st generation to 5th generation. Digimon has gone full circle with the Agumon and Gabumon lore. And some of you may already know how this started out, how it's going to end. What kind of card is this? Oh, monster card number 2. I need more of those. But it goes down like this. The simple fact that they started with Agumon and Gabumon to the series, it never stopped. It carries on throughout each and every detail. It's basically the starting point to no end of the Digimon lore. Where's the Boromon leaders? I can only see one, and I've been hitting him. I guess there's more that way. But I'd like to stay in the closest area. Okay, Bormon to say. You see, they changed the Birdmon names. It's ridiculous. Get out of here. Okay, we're gonna come this way. It is now Saberdramon. And they were known as Black Birdramon to Birdramon, but not Saberdramon. They keep changing the names on us. They need to fix this. So confusing. Now we're at the later point. I could just start off over here. But as I was saying, full circle. There's a new series coming out with another Agumon, yet another Agumon. And they just brought back Gabumon from what I'm seeing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at Foxy Gamer's updates. He's got details of the series. They're coming out with games before games. And the series is going to come out yet. For those that are just getting to know me, I'm a big game freak that has anything to do with the anime series itself. This would be one of them. The first one that I was actually getting into was the Yu-Gi-Oh! MMO online, but they took that down due to the fact that they weren't getting enough money for the product that they were aiming for, and it's understandable. I mean, people would like to play a game that's free, but what they don't understand is that the profits are coming very slowly. And it's hard for companies to come out with newer games because of this demeaning manner. The MMO that they did have out was going from XD, no, Yu-Gi-Oh! XD before 5Ds, no, GX, sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX before 5Ds, and they couldn't come up with the resource to keep the game going because whenever they were trying to upgrade, it was taking more money than they could earn because of the lack of credits that they were receiving. And like I said, I understand that very well, but they are giving the infringement to copywriters that have no idea how to program the game itself, because when they did it, the company of Konami, and yes, Konami was a big part of this, and Konami is being a company that is now being brought down by viewers everywhere over their latest status that was released. Again, I'm going by the stories that I've heard recently. The outlines of this are from credibility only. For instance, if I can remember their names now, Review Tech US. He was the one who actually released the story, and he was going by this with previous employee, and the employee stated that there was no job openings, and the people that were in publishment of games have been relocated to Cubix jobs, where they had to work behind a desk in a cube. and they they be switching these jobs with change of emails, change of numbers, and a considerable amount of time, because they were being downgraded. And I didn't understand that at first whenever I heard about it. And why I'm because I'm attacking leaders and I shouldn't be. Okay, so I guess I'm attacking these guys. All because of a released press, I think. I have no idea how this got started. I have no idea how it's ending. But I do know Konami is coming down hardcore. They couldn't keep up with the infringement of their online games such as Metal Gear Solid and whatnot. They are in leagues of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games and whatnot. They can't keep anything in their pockets. Let's leave it at that. Konami is falling so hard that it's basically their fault. And I can agree. I mean, it's not just Review Tech that's been reviewing this. It's everybody. Game Hunters, Alpha Omega Sin, everybody. They are helping see the light of day because of these news reports, these I'm already finished with the Agumon. These insights, these anything related to games. It's been talked about. It's been put up, put out, published. Anything in regard to keeping your eyes open on what details we are infringing upon. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're helping us do this, but it's an eye-opener. I'll leave it at that. A huge eye-opener. Konami is such a bad company, I don't see how they even have a company to begin with. Now, we do, however, need someone to keep up with the Metal Gear franchise. But Konami is not the way to go. I mean, Sony could probably buy out the project and run it out on a spin, on a dime, whatever, on the fly. It doesn't matter, as long as it's put out there. Now, there should be a replacement company to buy off Konami's products, such as Metal Gear Solid, any popular titles in regards of Konami, because Konami is not doing a very good job. Steam could do it, however, because Steam is dependable and out there for our entertainment, and there's nothing that can be said against Steam, except for the idea they had to put out their own Steam boxes. That was a mistake, because they had one system and one system only to work with. They thought that they could do a better idea. They were wrong. The one thing that they did have to work with was the Steam OS. That's it. All they had to do was work on the Steam OS. That was their only job, their primary job. Their goal was to make it compatible with the XI3 piston system or console, and that was the only thing that they had. Alright, they ruined it. They came out with all these systems that the reviews have been put down, and I'm not so sure if they were being paid to give reviews, but the reviews are out there regardless. More on that later. We just finished in this quest. I'll see you again soon.